Bonjour, Kwekwe, everybody. Welcome to this breakout session. I thought maybe it would be best if before we get talking, maybe we all just do a quick introduction, just so we all know who's in the room with each other today. I'll call out names, or actually, why not everyone just jump in and just introduce themselves. Let's just go for it. Who would like to start?
Annie, bonjour, Olivia Davies. I'm from Algonquin territory, just beside the Kitchissippi River. And it's an honor and a pleasure to be here. So grateful for this talk. It's filled my heart already. Thank you.
Thanks, Olivia. Next.
Hi, I'm Hartley. I'm Artistic Director of Sea Venues in Edinburgh, so it's great to be here.
Next.
Hi, I'm.
Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Randy Miller, and I'm very grateful to be joining you from the unceded traditional territories of the Algonquin Nation. I am the acting director of the Arts Presentation and Training Directorate at the Department of Canadian Heritage, one of the funders for today's event. I'm responsible for the Canada Arts Presentation Fund, which supports arts presenters all across Canada, and very happy to be part of this event.
Hi, I'm Christina Campbell. I am coming to you from the unceded traditional lands of the Coast Salish peoples, Kwantlen, Katzie, and Semiahmoo Nation specifically, the city of Surrey, BC. I'm a performing arts programmer with the city of Surrey, and actually one of the recipients of the Canadian Arts Presentation Fund. Thank you, Randy. Yeah, and this has been very lovely so far. Thank you.
Hi there, I'm Cara Rebecca. I'm coming to you from Toronto. I'm an emerging artist and creator, and very interested in collectives in non-hierarchical creative platforms, and trying to do that in my own way, and bringing that into every room. So this is a beautiful panel that I'm very excited to have listened to.
Great. Next.
I'm Jane Marsland. I'm coming to you from Toronto. I've really enjoyed the panel. I've learned a lot. And I spend most of my time working with emerging and young artists and trying to help them develop a healthy producing model and break some of the traditional the idea that they have to institutionalize in some ways, but that it is more about developing a relational component and a more ecological process in their development of their work.
Welcome, Jane. Next.
Hi, I'm Joshua Deladoni. I'm coming to you today from Mohkinstsis, Calgary, in Treaty 7 territory. And thanks for having me.
Thanks, Joshua.
Hi, my name is Lo, and I'm in Toronto, Dish with One Spoon territory. Thank you so much for hosting this. I came late to the panel, so I wanted to just hear more. I'm an independent artist. I'm a teacher, part-time faculty at Sheridan College in performance-based art, and I'm with the Laboratory for Artistic Intelligence with Alyssa. Anyway, thank you so much, and miigwech for being here.
Cheers.
I guess I'll go next. Thanks, Lo. My name is Alyssa. I go by she, her. I'm Métis. I'm currently calling in from Brockville, which is the traditional territory of the Iroquois, Haudenosaunee, and Algonquin peoples. And I'm also based in Toronto. I'm an artistic producer for CUNE, Canada's Global Orchestra, but I'm also a musician. Play the violin and viola, worked with Keith on a number of things. And I'm interested in really supporting other Indigenous artists to create more models and reference points for our young people so that they can see themselves in the performed arts. And so that's kind of where I'm at today. And thank you so much for providing this beautiful platform and engagement.
Great. Welcome, Melissa. It's good to see you.
Hi, I'm Kaylee. I'm also here in Toronto on District 1 Spoon Territory, calling in from my home. And I work for Ontario Presents, which is our provincial presenting and touring network here.
Hey everyone. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, it's very, very
Yeah.
quiet.
Sorry, it's 2:13 a.m. in Sydney, which is why my camera is off because I'm sitting in the dark, looking like a creep. But I work at the Australian Council for the Arts. I'm the acting manager for international development operations. I work with Norman Armour, who's based in Vancouver, who many of you will know. And we're a funding agency. However, Norman and I look specifically after fostering engagement, I suppose, between artists in North America and in Australia.
Great. Thanks for being a trooper and being here at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Such a great conversation. I just
Next.
I'm Holly Bright. I'm with Crimson Coast Dance Society. Let me see what happens when I turn my video on. And I was in the dark earlier this morning as well. I have been a dance artist and creator of contemporary dance and present dance through Crimson Coast Dance Society and Nanaimo Territory, which is also known as Nanaimo, BC. This conversation is really important to me and the work that I do, and just really deeply grateful for it. I also have another reconciliation and decolonization conversation with the cultural sector in our community. We're doing some strategic planning, so that's at 9 o'clock. I'm not really sure what the schedule is for today in terms of timing, so I just wanted to let you know that in case I duck out in preparation
No worries.
for that. Yeah.
Thanks, Holly. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Next.
Hi, Candace here. Just 5 minutes till we're back to the main room.
Oh, wow. Okay. We've just done introductions.
Yeah, great. Okay,
Good.
5 minutes.
Poor Breffney's sitting there going like, I haven't have anything to write. So I guess for me, I'm sorry that maybe we need to just jump into some of this. If anyone, any thoughts or any insights or anything that you got from the panel immediate, like, let's just go around maybe some really quick first impressions of what came across to you when you saw this. I'll call out names. Randy?
Yeah, so I always have to position this from the point of view as a funder and as a representative of the government. I feel that I have multiple roles in part of this this conversation. So one of the key things I felt as a human is oftentimes it's using those straightforward, simple words like hospitality and relationship. And you know, one of the things that really stuck with me this morning was when Kevin said, if someone's within an engagement with an Indigenous community or person, if you're not being teased, that means they might not really like you. And I thought, oh, that's you understand through relationship. And so that's such a key. That was a key takeaway for me this morning of maybe having like the light bulb being even brighter going off of the top of my head.
Great. What about Monique? Because you didn't get to introduce yourself. Any first impressions, quick?
Right. Thank you. I'm here in Toronto, and I'm the regional commissioner for Ontario at the CRTC, our communications regulator. And I think for me, one of the major takeaways was, you know, the concern about not wanting to offend and how to go about navigating that, you know, because I think for me there's a willingness, there's an openness, but I'm also very you know, worried about, as I say, offending. So I think that the tips and the tools that talked about this morning on the panel were very helpful in terms of just asking and
right.
reading and learning. So I think that was a really important piece for me.
Great. I think Alyssa had a really good instinct that if anyone else feels they want to put something in the chat so that it can be, so Refney can take it down, just share with people if you feel like we're not going to get to you. Holly, I feel like you're leaving, so if you'd like to say a few words about your first impressions.
I also felt that the conversation, sorry, I haven't had my coffee yet or anything this morning.
No worries.
Like, that the conversations around, it's almost a kind of contextualizing what we do within the protocol of, or what non-Indigenous presenters do, or the relationships in the context of the Indigenous culture and protocol is really interesting. The idea of, for instance, rather than presenting a show, I'm hosting people. And so it kind of hones down into this and contributes to the idea of relationship building and creating a language or a commonality, and seeing where those commonalities exist and how we can, how I can scale that or shift that to one that's really warm and embracing in all the ways that I interact with everyone, including
Great.
Indigenous people, and especially.
Great. Joanna, you didn't get a chance to introduce yourself, but if you have your first insights or just initial insights, it'd be great.
Yeah, thanks, Keith. Hi, I'm Joanna. I'm mostly a dramaturg, and I guess the words that I wrote down a lot are exchange and relationships, and those are just the words that I kept hearing over and over again, and the words I'm going to keep thinking about. Oh, I've got 46 seconds, so I'll stop there.
I'm just going to jump in and say that when Denise was talking about creating residencies as sort of creating these longer standing places for artists to create without the pressure of like a goal of like needing to perform at an exact time period and all that, that really struck me as like, oh my gosh, that would be amazing if more institutions actually offered places for residency to create those like long-standing relationships and that we were talking about. So